Alright, what's up everybody, and welcome to my first Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle. This was actually really fun, and I had it just a little while ago, so hopefully I can remember it. Anyways, let's get into the battle. Okay, so, I'm going to lead out with my Excelgor, and my partner's going to lead out with Infernape. They're going to be leading out with Rotom Heat, I believe, and Ferrothorn. So, right off the bat, they're going to switch out their Ferrothorn because they do not want it to die to the Infernape on this side. And I could have Focus Blast it too, which is, I believe, what I end up doing. Well, it doesn't matter anyways. My partner's going to go for the Fake Out, and I'm going to go for the Focus Blast, and it is going to end up missing. Sorry, I went for the Focus Blast on the Rotom Oven. So, I'm going to go for the Bug Buzz on the Garchomp just because I want this thing to go away as fast as possible, as Luke's going to go for the Close Combat on the Rotom Heat, which was really nice because I do not like that thing right now. It is probably one of the biggest threats to my team at the moment, at least. So, they're going to go for the Dragon Claw, and that's going to knock the Infernape down to its sash. So, their Rotom's going to go for the Thunderbolt, and it's going to knock me down to like half. I wasn't too worried about it, though, because this is just my suicide lead, and I wanted to lead out with it and get as much damage off as possible. They're going to switch out into Whimsicott. I'm going to go for the Bug Buzz one more time on this Garchomp, and I'm going to try and knock it out. Doesn't quite happen, but then we're going to go for the Close Combat on the Garchomp and knock it out fully. I believe this thing's a Sandveil Garchomp, which is why we didn't get the rough skin damage and end up dying, because that would have kind of sucked a lot. Okay, so they're going to switch out into Mawile, obviously Mega Mawile, because why would anyone run Mawile unless it's Mega? Because Mawile is pretty much garbage other than being Mega. So, they're going to go ahead and Mega Evolve. And right here, I'm going to go for the... they're going to go for the Sucker Punch and... wow, I can't gather my thoughts right now. They're going to go for the Substitute on the Whimsicott, and now they're going to go for the Sucker Punch and knock out the Infernape, which kind of sucks because that Infernape was really helpful, but it was inevitable, especially since both of us were leading out with our suicide leads. I'm going to go for the Focus Blast, and I'm going to miss again, which is it's so great. we're going to go out into our Jolteon now. They're going to go for the Sucker Punch, and that's going to knock out my Excelgor. And we're going to go for the Volt Switch on this one, and that is going to do a decent amount to Mawile. Almost knock it out, but not quite. Now, we're going to switch in our Mega Mawile and get the Intimidate off, which was really nice, especially on that Mega Mawile, because that thing has so much attack. And they're going to go for the Moonblast, and it's not going to do enough to kill, obviously, but it's still going to do quite a bit, especially since it's resisted from a Whimsicott who doesn't have the best special attack in the first place. Special attack's going to fall, not like that mattered. I'm going to go into Pyroar right here, because I know that, well, one, I'll outspeed anything on the field, and two, I can go for a Flamethrower and knock out their Mega Mawile, which was a huge threat at this point in time, especially with the 210 base attack, which is a lot. So, their Whimsicott's gonna go for the Leech Seed on our Mega Mawile. I'm gonna go for the Flamethrower and knock out the Mawile. I'm not sure why they didn't go for the Sucker Punch on Pyroar. I guess they just thought it wasn't a threat, which it is a threat. So, we're going to go for the Swords Dance, and I believe they switch out this turn, not wanting to die from an Iron Head and then a Flamethrower combination, because that would easily knock out the Whimsicott. Although, Whimsicott wasn't our main priority at this time, at least it wasn't my main priority. Now, they're going to switch into their final Pokemon, well, their final Pokemon on the right, I suppose, being their Ferrothorn, which is kind of unfortunate for them, because I carry Flamethrower, and that's easily going to knock that thing out. So, yeah. I'm going to get the crit, which definitely didn't matter. It's 4 times super effective, and Pyroar already has base 106 special attack, which is quite a bit. So, we're going to go for the Iron Head on the Rotom, and it's not going to do too much, or it's going to do a bit, but it's not going to do enough to kill it, at least. The Leech Seed is going to continue getting damage. Residual damage off on Mega Mawile, not Gardevoir. I'm gonna go for the Flamethrower and finish this thing off. I went for the Flamethrower because I'm Choice Scarfed, so yeah, definitely the only move I can go for. Okay, now they're gonna switch into their Vaporeon, and at this point I can't do too much to this thing, which is kind of unfortunate. So they're gonna end up going for the Scald, and they're gonna actually go target the Mega Mawile, which was kind of strange. I guess Mawile could do more than my Pyroar, I suppose. So now they're gonna get some leftovers recovery on their Vaporeon, and we're gonna send out the Jolteon, which is very helpful because it should hopefully be able to knock this thing out, if not leave it with a little bit of HP. So obviously I'm still stuck into Flamethrower, and I don't want to switch out right now and let my Mega Medicham die, because I don't know, I think it's a bit more useful. At this point it didn't really matter, the match was pretty much ours, because the only thing left after this is the Whimsicott, and Whimsicott is not going to be able to take down any team easily. So they're going to go for the Scald and knock out my Pyroar. Sad face. But now I'm going to switch into my Mega Medicham, and we're going to be able to clean up from here essentially, because I can just Mega Evolve, go for the Psychic Cut. Although the Jolteon does outspeed me, because that thing is a speed demon, and it's gonna go for the Thunderbolt, which is easily gonna knock out the Vaporeon, especially with all of 12 HP left. Now I'm gonna go for the Psycho Cut. It's gonna end up failing, which doesn't really matter. Okay, so they're gonna go into their last Pokemon, being Whimsicott. Wow. Okay, so we're gonna go for the Thunderbolt on Jolteon and the Ice Punch on Medicham. They do carry the Lumberry, which was really kind of an interesting set. Normally you'd think they carry leftovers, but whatever. So the Ice Punch is going to finish it off. Personally, in that specific, what do you want to call it, situation, I would have gone for a substitute, especially with Prankster, and then being able to stall out and live for another turn. But I guess I just didn't want to be that person, but I mean, I'm cool with that. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. See you next time. Bye.